is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Excuse me for the interruption. Boy, come another great reminder to say this coming Friday, and a police gonna over the lawn. You went to see man number one sound round town. And it's a Friday evening. Bim! The people have died of working.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Epic Battery, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, Print Masters, Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, Sandcastle Bahamas, and Tropical Gyros.
Watch your man, play the play. I didn't want to rock the game. Them want to step in with them, can't sit down and play. Oh Lord, play 45, let's keep them alive. Play this comic, we want to jump and play. But when we play LP, see them really love us.
You got it logged and loaded to the Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. on this Friday edition. And boy, I tell you, it's the weekend. Yeah, man. You worked hard to get here, and like I always tell you, all work and no play makes you a dull person. All play and no work makes you a dull person. All work, hold on. All work and no play makes you a dull person. All play and no work makes you broke. So you got to find a happy medium, and the weekend is the happy medium. So make sure to take time to reward yourself. Love yourself a little bit for all the hard work you've been putting in, all right? Yeah, man. You got to stop and smell the roses, obviously. And it is Friday. It is open lines. We got lots to talk about. Not just the headlines, but I got a couple of other topics I want to bring up that we need to discuss today. And I definitely want to hear you guys chime in. So if you want to chime in, you want to be part of the convo, you want to be a talking head, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. All right. Now, big part of the conversation today are the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Madison since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Big headline, Brookfield secures $1.9 billion refinancing for Atlantis. Company will invest another $475 million into Atlantis. Start with the beach tower. So we'll see where it goes. Obviously, it's time for some upgrading. Obviously, some time for some improvement. So we'll see in which direction it goes. And then the next question is this an improvement maybe for a sale down the line? I don't know. Keep your eye on it. Bahamians charged in mass drug trafficking case appear in U.S. court for status hearing. A senior police officer and a former senior Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer who are both accused of involvement in a conspiracy to import tons of cocaine into the United States, appeared in a New York court on Tuesday. Royal Bahamas Police Force Chief Superintendent Elvis Nathaniel Curtis, former Royal Bahamas Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Alexander Roca, Bahamian William Simeon, and Ulrike Jean-Baptiste appeared before Judge Gregory H. Woods for status hearing. Luis Fernando Orozco Toro, a Colombian who was also charged with the men, was absent due to a production oversight. So it was a status here, and obviously the parties updated the court on the status of discovery and anticipated production schedule. Court document said the court directed the parties to be prepared to propose a schedule for motions, hearings, and a trial at the next conference, which is in October. So we keep an eye out on that. I got a lot of people around here with bated breath. So let's keep an eye out and see where the cookies crumble. Shelters ready in case Erin changes course, DRM says. As the Disaster Risk Management Authority continues to work toward broader shelter access and development across the Bahamas, DRM Managing Director Aaron Sargent said yesterday the Bahamas should be aware of nearby shelters should tropical storm Erin hit in the country. We need that information out there. And on Thursday, members of the DRM gathered to brief the press regarding Tropical Storm Erin, a system that developed on Monday and is forecasted to become a major hurricane by this weekend in Puerto Rico and going into next week. So be prepared, people. Be prepared. Do your due diligence now. Stock up on when you need to stock up on. Don't go out last minute. Make sure you get ahead of time and secure what you need to secure. The life and the property you save may be your own. Ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. Obviously, in the Family Islands, I hope you have structures and shelters available for you if necessary. And I'm hoping this makes a turn and avoids us completely. But we have to be prepared. And we can't just turn a blind eye. Oh, yeah, ready to give it. No. Track it, watch it, know it, understand it. And be prepared. Being prepared is half the battle right there. We've had too much tragedy over the years. Please, do your preparedness, do your due diligence. All right? Not just the headlines I want to talk about, too. I want your take on a couple of things. Because it came up today. And I had to set, my sons and a couple of my nephews straight. We clearly, if you want to call it old school, that's fine. We clearly had better sodas growing up. This foolishness which y'all got out today is nowhere near close to what we came up on. First of all, y'all stuck with two brands. Okay? Y'all stuck with the Coca-Cola family, you stuck with the Pepsi family and whatever they put out. When we were growing up, we were spoiled. We had the Coke family, we had the Pepsi family, but we also had Pindas. Remember the Pinda sodas? We had Aquapure sodas. Okay? And we had the Bahamas Junk Blue Punch sodas. We clearly had better selection than these youngsters today. Clearly. And then from that conversation, and feel free to chime in and tell me what your favorite old school soda is. Sea Grape and Dilly from Pindas was my two favorite out of Pindas. Over the years, it varies with other brands. There have been times, it was Coke. And other times it was Dr. Pepper. Sometimes Sprite. Sometimes, the Fanta 9. And other times it was the Pepsi and the Pepsi Cherry. The Mountain Dew. So you go in circles. But our generation had flavor. I mean, we had choice. We had selection. And don't forget the Czech sodas, too. 50 cents. 50 cents. You got $1, boy, you got two sodas. You got $2, you living good. So I had to educate them that and tell them go Google some of these sodas. But why they ain't around now? I said, well, it's called evolution. It's called progression. And yeah, maybe some of these sodas still around, but they wasn't as good as what we had. Trust me. Trust me. And then out of that came an even bigger. Naughty, why did Pindas and Corp stop making sodas? I don't know. And then I know Aquapure was making sodas too, and they stopped, and they was off the chain too for a hot minute. They was. So, at the end of the day, I think maybe, maybe it was just business. And maybe they ran that course, maybe they had another option, but they was off the chain. We definitely had better sodas. But the point I get into next is your head really can stand up on this next one, but let's take this call. Once we get this call done, then I get to the real crux where the convo took off. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty, what's going on?
What's going on, Muff?
You remember the Coke bottle, Jake, the old Coke bottle in the wooden crate?
Man, for God's sake, stop it.
And what would the no label, the clear bottle in the wooden crate?
How about this? I can check and re-raise your clear bottle. How about the green bottle with no label with the Gumbay punch in it?
The green bottle with no label.
And ginger ale, and orange, and strawberry, and fruit punch.
And orange crush was them crazy.
Them orange crush. Remember them Sun-Kissed too, boy? They was off the chain.
The Sun-Kissed, boy. You might have seen them Sun-Kissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy. But the Acupure and the Pinder, yeah, they was there too, man. Yeah, but they run it for a little while too, for at least for a decade, the two of them.
And I was telling these youngsters today, boy, go do your research, go Google it. Look at all the flavors that Aquapure had. Look at all the flavors that Pinder's had.
Each island had a flavor.
What you mean? You couldn't go wrong. And they was cheap. They was 50 and 75 cents a pop, boy.
Right. You said earlier, $1 can get you two.
What about Czech soda? You remember Czech, 50 cents all the time?
Czech still running. They're still running. They might be only on $6 a case, but I think they still run.
They're on the lower end of the totem pole, but if you get enough of them in the cooler cold, it's all good.
Yeah, no, but that's what you carry your party and thing, and what you're giving out free, you give them out.
And you told the good stuff. You would see, don't give out all the secrets.
You let the totals carry them, and you have all your Fanta berry inside, you see.
Correct, but when you put them in, you mean right? They got some of the high end stuff too for when you told. Let the totals take the cheap stuff, and you take the good stuff.
Yeah, brother. Yeah,
man.
I call you about doing sports.
We got to talk plenty in sports. We'll talk soon. Good stuff, Mup. Let's get to the other phone line. Talking Heads.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I can even go even deeper, all this gold and you sort of like that. I'll go RC Cola and Bravo.
Man, RC Cola and Bravo been around a long time. They right above Czech.
All right, then. So you know they had better sodas than us.
They had better sodas than no, sir.
All right,
I know. And listen, I can give you something to think about before you hang up, and you probably won't call me back. I'll tell you where the conversation went. It went on to candies.
They're joking.
And I had to give him a history lesson. I can fill you in, and you probably can call me back too, but good stuff as always. Let me get to these texts real quick. Wow, you all soda all are just like me, connoisseurs. My favorite old school soda naughty was Bravo Fruit Punch in the big bottle. We can only afford them on Sundays. I remember them. Good afternoon, naughty. Good afternoon, naughty. If the PIP got an F grade, that don't mean it failed. It mean they F trying to figure it out. Boy, I got other things they could go with that F, but anyway, we leave that. Naughty Pinder left the country, even lost his House of Assembly seat, Oaksfield. That's why Pinder sort of stopped building still. The building is still on JFK. That's right. Customs got it. But that's right. He did leave the country. Naughty's a good thing there are less options of sodas now because many Bahamian women are excessively over. Now, listen, stop it. Bahamian dudes overweight from sodas too, okay? Maybe if Caitlin Clark drank some soda, she could get off the injured list and score some points. Naughty, don't forget Red Cream soda was off the chart. Yes, Red Cream was off the chain too. I cannot lie. Don't forget Borden's orange drink and try. Yeah, man, see, that's more school snacks. And when it comes to the school drinks and packing lunch, we had better. We had Welch's, we had Mott's in variety with apple juice and the fruit punch. You had the Borden's drink, and you had the orange drink, you had the grape drink, you had the fruit punch, you had the chocolate milk, and you had the milk. And they go, man, don't freeze them now. Don't freeze them the night before. Yeah, text, let me get to the board. See, I was mentioning Borden before I even read your text, you see? Borden was off the chain too. All right. So anyway, the conversation proceeded from sodas to these little runts telling me now, Uncle Naughty, y'all don't have nothing on candies. Our candy game is better. Now listen, y'all got some high-tech candy, and I got a sweet tooth, and I'll tell you, y'all got some high-tech candy. But I would still put up them good old-fashioned Bahamian candy from Mortimer's against whatever y'all got today. Peanut brittle, coconut candy. You had the cotton candy going on. They had candied apples. They had the caramel corns. They had the mints. They had a multitude of candy, sweet candy. Even the green ones. Remember the green ones? Then they had the snow cone. And then they had the peanuts. And if you're eating peanuts, you got to eat them dark. And they had them in all varieties. Naughty, don't forget Golden Hours Drink Henson. Yes, Golden Hours was there too. We had a ton of stuff. A ton. We had a ton. So I don't want these kids. Boy, look here. A very learned colleague just texted in. Naughty's they never. Boy, they had some good stuff. You remember taxis? The little candy bars? You all don't know nothing. Listen, this generation is deprived. I don't want y'all to feel like I crapping on y'all, but y'all do not. Y'all didn't have better candies. Y'all didn't have better sodas. Okay? And you all need to get some of these candies, because when I talk about some of these candies, some of y'all are looking at me crazy. Naughty, don't forget Leader Beverage in Grand Bahama on Queens Highway. Well, I got to ask MJ about that. And I'll take your word for it. Naughty, the best cake is Benny Cake. Yes, them Benny Cake was off the chain. Them little seed used to get to you, but they was off the chain. Naughty, don't forget Black's Candy Kitchen as well. No, sir. Black's Candy Kitchen, Mortimer's Candy Kitchen, Model Bakery on Dowsell Street with the gingerbread. These youngsters, they forgetting it all. They are missing out. They are severely deprived. And that might be partially our fault as parents, you know. Because we've allowed things to take over the culture. And I still feel you need to have that Bahamian culture. You got to know to go to Mortimer's and get your large snow cone and tell them put all the flavors in the snow cone. Get your large bag of dog peanuts, your bag of cotton candy, your Benny Cake, your peanut brittle, your coconut candy, and then get a bunch of them bags of candies, different flavor. Yes, man. Now, listen, if you don't know, I text I with you, if you don't know nothing but now or later, youngsters, you ain't lived. And this jokey version that you got today is a joke. Now or later in my day, you could start it on Monday and finish it on Thursday. Don't let it be a jawbreaker. You bite that some gum wrong, you break your jaw and see stars. But I'm telling you, man, these kids are depraved. They're missing out on a lot of these things that we came up on. Now, hold on. Y'all want to talk coconut tart. Y'all can put the coconut tart in the Grove off Market Street up against all you want. Lord bless her. I don't know if she's still around, but if she is, I send much love and admiration to Miss Major on Soldier Road. Animal and Stanley's mommy. Right there off Soldier Road, Miss Major had the best pineapple tart, the best coconut tart in the world. Period. Bar none. Perfect every time. Just the right amount of coconut, just the amount of right of tart. The pineapple, you always could taste the pineapple, but you still had the jelly in there too. It was good stuff. Be really missing out on a lot of things. And obviously it hitting home with you all today, the amount of texts and response I get. Yeah, let these youngsters know they're deprived. But anyway, let's get to this break. If anything else comes to your mind, chime it on in. Oh, I coming to you all right now, but them red and yellow candy. On the flip side of the break, Texas, I got you. Callers, I got you. We take a quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll be back. And we still got more to talk about on this open line edition, this free-for-all Friday edition of Talking Heads. I got a couple other things we need to talk about, too. We're talking about that wall, that monstrosity on Go Slow Bland, what we can do with that. And maybe y'all can tell me what happened to Bay Street. Man, last y'all had a good look at Bay Street. Bay Street looked like the Ukraine, bombed out and depleted. You got to talk about that as well, too, on the flip side of the break. That and more, and whatever's got your goat, whatever in your crowd, whatever running you out, we can discuss it. The Buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes, coming up on the flip side of the break. Keep it right where you got it. The Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Jump and spring, but this a dance and a free. And it's a Friday evening, bim, the people them tired of working. Penna, Lord, them hear the disco playing, bim, it make them feel like dancing. Rocha man, and me see you black on the microphone chanting.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael Road. Tropical Gyros, not just good food, it's an experience.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Looking for your dream job in paradise? At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, we're hiring. And with over 200 positions available, we're confident you'll find your perfect fit. Whether you're passionate about keeping guests safe as a lifeguard, or if mixing up refreshing cocktails as a bartender is more your speed, there's a spot waiting just for you. Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career to explore openings and apply today.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing the crunch. Don't be the one who missed it. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Excuse me for the interruption. Boy, come another great reminder to say this coming Friday, and please come over the lawn. You went to see my number one sound round town. And it's a Friday evening. Bim! The people them tired of working. Penna, Lord, them hear the disco playing. Bim! It make them feel like dancing. Ain't no summer say. Burrito will be greater with the disco operator. 5-double-18 and a 6-liter. This a DJ talk sweeter. See on him just up with the...
We're back at you on the Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. All right, let me check the text lines real quick as we get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Naughty, remember when Whatchamacallit came out? Listen here, text. The Whatchamacallit is still top 5, maybe even top 3 candy bar of all time in my book. Whatchamacallit is off the chain. Off the chain. Off the chain. Man, you caused me want to Whatchamacallit right now, and I got to figure out who sell Whatchamacallit and go track one down, texter. Naughty barely the beverage bottle sodas we used to call the Haitian sodas because they used to sell them out of their house. But boy, let me tell you, they were the best, my boy. There you go. That's a Freeport thing. Don't get me started with Freeport because y'all want to try and push y'all barely the beverage. That couldn't come close to Aquapure up in this. With your mayonnaise and your Kong salad and your gully wash Sky Juice, calling it gully wash. But anyway, that's a different story for another day. Don't get me started. Boy, y'all, listen here. Naughty, what about the red and yellow? I could tell you all a story about the red and yellow candy. I used to get my red and yellow candy back in the day back in the day. Dexter from Freeport, I just doubled down. Pindas and Aquapure was better than them old bar, Ben, beverage, liter sodas, whatever they used to drink in Freeport. I know they was good to you all. But that dilly soda from Aquapure, my God. Or from Pindas, come on, man. Let me get to the red and yellow candy. Remember the Stop and Shop downtown? Just to pop in the Stop and Shop because you could get all your candies down there. All kind of candies. All kind. Piper Peace was another stop on Bay Street. All kind of candies. All right? But I remember the yellow and red candies, Paradise Plums, that's what they call them, growing up. My late Aunt Kay Thompson, Lord bless the dead, when I tell you, loved them to pieces. On a hot day, she'd be, I low sugar, I need a red and yellow candy. Red and yellow candy saved MJ's life. And I will tell you the story. MJ and I were going out, first started going out, and she got a touch of food poison. And you know how food poison have you throwing up? And she's like, I could die, this killing me. And all right, I'm like, she getting dehydrated. She need a little sugar in her system. She got to hold something down to get some sugar in her, and maybe her stomach's out a little bit. We could get her something to eat. I gave her a yellow and red candy. 45 minutes later, stomach settled. MJ got a little life to her. And back on the road to recovery we went. And it was that red and yellow candy that did it. And did I put a page out of my late aunt's book? Yes, love you, dear, thank you. I was like, well, I broke my hand one time and she told me, here, have a red and yellow candy. That'll ease the pain. Well, I tried. And it worked. 23 years later, 24 years later, me and MJ still together. So there you go. Them red and yellow candies are powerful, man. Powerful. Boy, look here, y'all having memory lane today, boy. Y'all really going down memory lane? Let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
Them children ain't know nothing but Mary Jane candy.
Man, you talking about the Mary Jane candy?
Yeah.
That had the filling in the middle, right?
The peanut butter filling in the middle.
That's right.
Yeah. They know why you married a woman called Mary Jane.
Probably that was part of the reason right there, all them Mary Janes early on.
Yeah, and then the long boy, these little miniature little thing they got, the long boy back in the day was very long.
Man, you mean the Chico sticks?
No, the long boy. Long boy with the coconut.
Yeah, and then you had Chico sticks too, and then you had them long toffee stick too.
Yeah, but the long boy peeled, would come in the paper and then peeled open, but it was long.
Right.
It was like 8 inches long or something like these little miniature. They make them miniature size now.
I'll take your word for it. I ain't trying to measure the size, but hey, if you say it's 8 inches, I'll take your word for it.
Another thing, you talking about the yellow and red candy, right? You know what they name? They name Pear Drop. If you call Lightburn Trading, I was checking on them a couple of years ago.
It's called Paradise Plum. You could call them Pear Drop. I know them as Paradise Plum. When I asked for Paradise Plum, they give them to me readily available.
I know, but the importer, Lightburn Trading, I was checking on them after the pandemic, right? And they don't even send them out of Europe no more. You see what I'm saying? If you check Lightburn Trading, call them, they'll tell you.
I know where to find them. I know where to find them.
Huh?
I know where to find them. I know how to get them in, but I know how to find them.
I need the number because I need to find some of them to send on the island.
All right, you call them off here and I can get you straight.
I got your number, though.
Call back at the end of the show and I can make sure Mr. Producer points you in the right direction. Talking Heads.
Naughty, what's good, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Right, man, Naughty, me and you as brethren, we've been cool a little while. But when you say the lady of a Soldier Road where you used to get your tart from the best tart in the world, that's where you start problem on this big Friday afternoon.
But Lord bless her, I don't know if she living or dead, but Miss Major, true. Oh, Lord. Off a Soldier Road?
My Grammy and Inago used to bake the best tart in the whole of the world.
My brother, hold on. If I was not blessed and privileged enough to taste Your granny started all the way from Inagua. You can't blame me. I can only go on what I tasted.
I call him to defend the record, don't naughty.
That is fine. I will put it in the top 5 because I never been to Inagua and I never had donkey sauce either.
We had another one down there, naughty. I'm loving this throwback show.
But bro, I can be honest with you. Thanks, bro. I can be honest with you before you go on. In this 242, in this New Providence, Nassau, just how you as strong as for your granny's coconut tart in Inagua, that's how I am for Miss Major coconut tart.
I with you. Now, we had another one, a staple one down there that many people know about. We had one named Tops Chicken. We'll put Kentucky to bed any day. Tops Chicken, naughty. So,
well, obviously they couldn't because Kentucky sponsors a great show like this today, and where's Tops now?
Well,
shameless plug for my sponsor.
The owner of Tops passed away, and that franchise, I think, went on with him. But Tops Chicken was it. Now, naughty, I want to know what this whatchamacallit is, what y'all talking about. I missed that one.
Listen, whatchamacallit, it comes in a brown wrapper, all right? It has orange, yellow, red, and brown writing on it called whatchamacallit. It's chocolate, it's caramel, and it's got the pop, like Rice Krispies? Mm-hmm. When they pop them, and they got that in the middle with the caramel. Man, when you bite into that, man, that off the chain, my brother.
So they still around somewhere?
Yeah, man. Whatchamacallits I seen here, I've gotten here. Let me tell you where I got a whatchamacallit the last time. You know the pharmacy on Nassau Street, opposite the park? Underneath the gym.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right there, go in there, they got whatchamacallit.
Say no more, brother. It's a great show. I'm loving the throwback. Man, naughty.
Appreciate it, man.
Have a great weekend.
All right, you got to remember where we come from in order to know where we going, hey?
Hey, and I think we don't do it enough. Firm up our foundation, brother.
Yeah, man. We got to remember the culture. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend, and I hope you find out whatchamacallit. All right, let me get back to the text lines. And you all texting. Y'all. Naughty, the best coconut tarts in Pinda Point, Grand Bahama. All right, I got to ask MJ about that. But next time I make it to Grand Bahama, get to Pinda Point and try one. Hey, Naughty, back in the day, coconut tart. Wait, text boy, you got a little emotional with this one here. The grammar police looking for you. Hey, Naughty, back in the day, coconut tart was on the slice of coconut that itself was enough for lunch, and asked them if they still reserve pineapple upside down cake with brown pineapple and the cherry in the middle. Now, the pineapple upside down cake with the pineapple on the top and the maraschino cherry in the middle. Yes, my brother, how you mean? And it was the cake and the pineapple sauce and jelly and icing. And then the pineapple and the maraschino cherry. How you mean? I could see my mommy making it right now. Lord bless the dead. Naughty, ask some children that didn't know anything about Mary Jane. Yeah, caller just called in, text her. With the peanut butter flavor in the middle. What about the toffee candy bar? I remember the toffee crisp candy bar. I think that's what you're talking about. Yes. Naughty, remember Red Hot's candy? How you mean? I burned the ish out of myself with Red Hot's candy one time. And what about the cartoons, since we're talking about it, Naughty? We got better cartoons than them, like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Original Transformers, Spider-Man, and Super Fred. And don't forget the Wonder Twins and Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Ha! Hong Kong Phooey and his cat would take out plenty people today, boy. That do SpongeBob them right in. Naughty, remember straws? I remember the Pixie straws, the Pixie sticks with powdered sugar in there. Instant kitty crack that was. Chico sticks and the candy that used to fizzle in your mouth. That was the Pop Rocks. Put Pop Rocks in your mouth and drink soda. How about that? And if you didn't do it as a kid because they said it was going to blow your eyeball out, that ain't no true. I still got both my eyes here. I lost a tooth or two, but yeah, no, Try it. It's fun. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yeah, Naughty. Man, I'm loving this show. And, I mean, whatchamacallit, like you said, was the best. But they changed whatchamacallit a little bit, and they added something to it, and it's not as great as when it was back then.
I think the FDA had something to do with that, okay? But, yeah. It was good then, and it was good now.
Yeah, and then you're talking about cartoons. Man, look here, Thundercats.
Thundercats was up there.
Was happening, and the Smurfs. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh God.
The Smurfs was back.
I had to cut out the Smurfs because the Smurfs they got over me quick, and then one too many episodes. Are we there yet, Papa Smurf? That got to me. I had to cut them loose. I was more of a Gargamel and Azrael fan than anything else.
Yeah, but He-Man and She-Ra, they were something else. They were
He-Man and Thundercats. I think you had a teen girl fixation on some of these heroes. That's what I think you had, because you call out Thundercats and all of them. But anyway, yeah, we did have the best. We did have the best cartoons, though. We really did have the best cartoons.
Exactly. So they are a little surprised, and so I hope they do go and look up some of these things. And that red and yellow candy, you was right on point.
That's it, MJ Life, boy. I tell you, I what? Them red and yellow candy on point.
Our salty and our cup was better back then.
Yep, the cups were bigger, the cups were better, and the salties. Good stuff, man. You brought us some good stuff today, Call. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Gardner?
Hey, Naughty, the things we really need to remember is our Hartshead Bay Farm and Golden Ice Farm.
And the ice cream. My God.
Hey, that's the things that we really need to remember.
Because guess what? From the Hartshead Bay, from them Hartshead Bay ice cream, we could get all kind of soursop ice cream and all. People don't even know about that.
And the fish eye and goggle eye on the bicycle.
Stop it. You taking me right down memory lane today, Gardner.
Hey, and what you call them downtown, the food market. We ain't got a food market today.
When last week we could go to a proper fruit market like when we were small, man.
Right.
And when last you see a youngster spin top, Gardner?
Yeah, man. And pour the street dog, fresh fish and conch and everything. That's we need to go back to that.
Yeah, man. I agree. We got to get back to who we used to be.
Yeah, man. These are the things that we really need to remember, so we know where to go. Anyway,
good stuff, Gardner. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Appreciate hearing from you, man. Let me check out the rest of these texts right now. Naughty Calvin Street, Soldier Road, Miss Major. Every Saturday, them thoughts. Guest text. This Ron checking in the Golden Googler. Long time Golden Googler. Yes, boy. You know what I'm talking about. At the back door on the step like Fat Chris to the window waiting. You got it. You ain't lie. Good afternoon, Naughty. Don't forget Barbie and the Rockers, Care Bears, Cabbage Patch Kids, and Atari. Yes, indeed. Goombay Land in Freeport. Yes. Barbie, well, I take it you're a girl, so obviously you're going to ride with Barbie and the Rockers. Cabbage Patch Kids, I ain't gonna lie, I watched them for a period of time. Atari was the thing. You remember the games on Atari too, like Pong? And Pac-Man used to be like, Walker, 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 Walker. And remember Avenger? And it's up to Avenger to save you. Avenger, the new Atari game. Why them Atari? What? Texter, you really putting things out now that these youngsters don't know nothing about skates and go-karts. There you go. And I know they had that in Freeport at Goombay Land, and they had the skates and the go-karts. We had skates up here. We had the rink. We didn't have go-karts. I mean, some of us did, but I mean, it was friends who had them, and it was off the road, and you always end up in a ditch with stitches. Texter from Freeport. Galaga. Yes, man. Video games. Galaga and Galaxian. That was another two right there. And Tetris was another one. Yes, indeed. Let me get to some more of these texts. Boy, this was good going down memory lane today. Let's have a gander. Naughty, do they still make O. Henry? Man, yeah, I had one yesterday. As a matter of fact, you could find them anywhere. And remember, you got the American version of O. Henry, which is the larger, bigger one, and then you got the Canadian version of O. Henry, which is a smaller one, similar packaging, but not the same. Yeah, man. O. Henry still around and kicking. Naughty, what about Silverhawks? I could go plenty ways with Silverhawks. That was a game. That was a couple other things when I was growing up. So if that was a candy you had, break it down for me. I might have missed that one. Don't forget Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Da-na-na-na. Don't forget the Jetsons either. And don't forget Danger Mouse and Penfo. Okay? Naughty skates, Village Road, bowling lanes, kite flying. Yes, we used to fly kites, and we had the bowling lane in Village Road. Their fries was off the chain. I used to go there just for the fries. Good afternoon, Naughty. What do you know about lemon heads, jawbreakers, and glazed donuts from the Tuck Shop? Texter, you might have missed me talk about jawbreaker earlier, but trust me, jawbreakers, I know a lot about jawbreakers, and anybody who went to high school with me knows I know about jawbreakers because I used to sell them and make a load of money off them. Jawbreakers, boy, you got a good one. You start out on Monday, you last till at least Wednesday or Thursday morning with that, but don't bite the wrong way. Lemon heads, too tart for me. Texter couldn't do the lemon heads. Too sour. But glazed donuts, I might not have been to your Tuck Shop, but you know glazed donuts. I'll grab them. Like when I hit the States, I got to hit Krispy Kreme right away. Right away. Okay, corporate and legal has chimed in and just told me that it was the other way around. That the Canadian was the bigger one and the American was the little one. What I already established earlier with another caller, when it comes to size, I'll take your word for it. That's why you're corporate. That's why you're legal. If you say so, I will roll with it. Okay, corporate? All right. If you know who's bigger, I'll take your word for it. I still eating the bigger one, not the smaller one. How about that? The one in the bigger package is better than the one in the smaller package. Pink Panther. Yes, indeed. The Pink Panther was good. Texter. And another one was the Roadrunner. And I always used to watch the Roadrunner just to see if Wile E. Coyote would actually catch the Roadrunner once and for all. Boy, you're really taking me down memory lane today. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Hey, Nutty.
What's going on?
Yeah, don't forget the Big Time chocolate bar now.
Which one?
That's the name of it.
You mean Big Time?
Yeah.
I might have missed that one.
Yeah, man. That Big Time Sugar Babies.
Now, Sugar Babies and Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
And now latest, yeah, but I used to kill them.
Yeah, yeah. And you used to get any milk biscuit from New Zealand?
Well, yeah, we used to get the milk biscuits from New Zealand, and we used to get the Cadbury's chocolates too from the UK.
And the cream.
You got it. You had some good stuff coming up there, caller.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I appreciate this show, Naughty.
Appreciate it, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Naughty, you were talking about marbles. You ever shoot a sizey? Listen, I done shot steelies, glassies, sizeys, smallies, biggies, clockers, you name it. You don't see kids shooting marbles no more. You see them shooting damn guns, but not marbles. I wish we could get back to that. Don't forget the Jackson 5 and Secret Squirrel. Secret Squirrel was another good one too. I ain't gonna lie. Let's get back to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hi, good afternoon, Naughty.
Afternoon.
I heard you talking about Atari. You remember ColecoVision?
ColecoVision too, but when you had the choice between Coleco and Atari, you went with Atari. So yeah, I know more about Atari than Coleco, but yeah, Coleco was there.
Donkey Kong, that's right.
Yeah, but I had Donkey Kong on Atari too, though. I had Donkey Kong on Atari too.
On Atari too. Do you remember when Sesame Street used to teach you something?
How you mean?
Man, listen here. Sesame Street.
Mr. Hooper and Luis and Maria
That's
and
right.
Gordon with the ball head.
You understand?
And when you grew up, you realized Gordon and Maria was checking each other and you didn't know when you were small.
You remember Fraggle Rock?
Let the music play. Ready for another day. Let the music play. Down in Fraggle Rock.
What was Cat Weasel?
Cat Weasel used to come on Z&S. He was an old hermit that had the brown suit on and lived in the cave. Don't play with me. You are dealing with a veritable cornucopia of TV knowledge here. Good stuff, caller.
Did I hear you say anything about Flintstone?
That's a staple. Fred, Bonnie, Wilma. Come on. That's a staple.
All right, just checking.
You didn't say nothing about Hong Kong Phooey. Good stuff, caller. Hong Kong Phooey, y'all still, a lot of y'all don't know enough about Hong Kong Phooey, boy. No, sir. Let me get these texts in, man. And we'll go over a little bit into the 5 o'clock, because I still want to talk about that Go Slow band. I still want to talk about Bay Street. But we will talk sports for sure. Hey, Naughty, how about Baby Ruth? Baby Ruth to me was a knockoff O. Henry, but if you didn't have O. Henry, I'd eat a Baby Ruth. My late grandpa, Cam Thompson, used to love Baby Ruth. Whatchamacallit, chocolate text to you, lady, we done been broken down, whatchamacallit. Hey, Naughty, you talk about go-karts. We used to have the build, what we call box cars from 2x4s with a little seat in the middle and how far back. Man, you know what you're talking about. And if we didn't, and we had to teeth the cars from the supermarket to get the wheels. Yes. Naughty, I meant Silverhawks, the cartoon. Partly metal, partly real. Yes, I remember them too. Hershey bars of any variety is still good, man. But I'm more of a fan of Hershey Kisses. Naughty, what about Chico Sticks? We mentioned Chico Sticks earlier. Naughty, do they still make Nutty Buddy? Yes, Nutty Buddy's still around and they still off the chain. Naughty, what about Inspector Gadget, Gem Justice League on Saturday morning with cornflakes? That's an amen check. I with you on that, Texter. Hopscotch and jacks. I wasn't for the hopscotch. I played jacks. I just trying to, bounce the ball around and have a little fun, but I wasn't into no hopscotch. Next text. Boy, jacks on your mind today. Spinning tops and jacks, Naughty. What about Fat Albert, Naughty? Fat Albert and the crew, yes, man. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Listen here. You're really taking me down memory lane now. We had better chips, too. Butterfinger. Yes, I got to put a shout out for Butterfinger. That's a definite top 5 candy bar of all time. Yeah, man, we had Freeport mention Toxie Chocolate long time. Long time. All right, we got all the texts out of the way. We got all the calls out of the way. Texter, don't get me started, because this got to be coming from Freeport. It is not Porky. It's called Porkin'. And we can get into that on the flip side of the break, because y'all Grand Bahamians, y'all got a way of messing up things and swearing y'all right. It is Porkin'. It is Sky Juice. And there's no mayo in Kong salad. Take your Hugh Campbell that you've won so many times it belongs to y'all and keep moving. Y'all ain't getting Porkin' off us. We can talk about that on the flip side of the break. Keep it right where you got it.
Number one sound round town. This a Friday evening. Bim! The people them tired of working.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
You're listening to the Guardian News Network update on the hour. Bahamas Contractors Association President Leonard Sands is questioning the thousands of work permit applications submitted for foreign general workers who have no skills, when there are many unskilled Bahamians whom he says can fill those jobs. He says what their booming industry needs is skilled laborers to fill the jobs created by the hundreds of millions of dollars worth of infrastructural projects currently underway in the southern Bahamas. He says they desperately need skilled electricians, but that even efforts underway at BTVI to train young people in that field cannot begin to fill the demand for such laborers. Tropical Storm Erin has now been upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, the first of this Atlantic hurricane season. It's now packing maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour and moving west-northwest at 18 miles per hour. New models place its path further away from our islands over the weekend, but residents are asked to keep monitoring its movement as it's expected to strengthen into a Category 4 storm by Sunday. And the Bahamas Insurance Brokers Association president is warning that the closer that storm gets, the more likely insurers could impose a moratorium on issuing catastrophic perils insurance coverage, meaning those who are currently uninsured won't be able to get their properties covered. Dwayne Swaby also warned that deductibles for catastrophic disasters could even reach 10%. He's recommending property owners not procrastinate and purchase coverage before a moratorium takes effect. That's what's making headlines at this hour. AP Update is next.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
I'm Ed Donahue with an AP News Minute. Stocks finished mixed. The Dow up 34 points. President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are talking about Ukraine.
Asked about his Russian counterpart while flying to Anchorage.
He's a smart guy. Been doing it for a long time, but so have I.
At Tufts University.
Trump, because of his business background, is a very good negotiator.
Don Heflin says you can't take that from the president.
But this is a different kind of negotiation.
With a Russian leader whom the German Marshall Fund's David Salvo says is very savvy.
Understands the United States and President Trump, I think, quite well.
So the open question for President Trump?
Whether he has the ability to sort of push back on what he is sure to be a barrage of Russian talking points and Russian maximalist demands.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell has been indicted on federal conspiracy, fraud, and obstruction charges based on accusations she tried to hide a romantic relationship with her bodyguard. I'm Ed Donahue.
Long day? Hungry crew? Say less and satisfy everyone with KFC's Summer Buckets. Grab a super summer bucket and get 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, 8 nuggets, corn, our new white rice with gravy, 4 buttery biscuits, 4 Switcher Pink lemonades, and 4 dessert biscuits. So whether it's on the beach, at home, or chilling with the crew, KFC's Summer Bucket starting at just $20. Bring all the flavor. Summer with KFC. It's finger licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
We're still here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic battery. This Miss Beulah from around the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fix up.
Call us at 326-EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Excuse me for the interruption. Boy, come another great reminder to say this coming Friday, and please come over the lawn.
We're back at you on the Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Pearly should be chiming in short order. A couple of things I want to mention. We'll get into sports in a minute. I want to wrap this up, though. A couple more things we need to talk about and get into. We started talking about the sodas. And I told you I wanted to talk about Bay Street. Let me show you how I bring this whole point now full circle with the sodas in Bay Street. You're talking old school. Muff called in, talk about the Coca-Colas in the small bottle. I remember the Nassau shop had a red Coke machine that used to sell Coca-Cola in the bottle. You put your money in the bottle, come on, you pop the top, and it'd be ice cold. That reminds me of when I was small. And I could get those Coca-Cola bottles out of the Coca-Cola machine in the Nassau shop. Then it reminds me of how bustling and vibrant and full of life Bay Street was when I was small. You had the Nassau shop, you had Piper Peace, you had Stop and Shop, you had Hoffa's, you had Benetton, you had a ton, you had Bonneville Bones. There was a myriad of stores in between you could have shopped at. Jean Jam Boutique, Brother Lewis down there. Yeah, man. Louis Sawyer? How you mean? The original Clark supplier. We was hustling and bustling when we were younger. We would leave school on a Friday. Check this out. When last you seen a bunch of kids on Bay Street after school on Friday in a uniform, just going Bay Street, getting something to eat, something to drink, walking Bay Street like we did when we were small? When last? Pat Paul's got it all. Don't forget the Pat Paul store. Okay? You right there? I said Piper Piece earlier, but yeah, you could shop on Bay Street. You could go down there and spend it there and shop. You had the linen shop down there. The moms used to love that. They had the perfume stores. They had great restaurants. Pino's, one of the best pizzas ever, right? Pino's and Swank's neck and neck for number one in all time in my book on this island. New Horizon, G&J Boutique, Louis Babaloo, Louis Sawyer. Dexter, come on, man. All right, let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, don't forget the Jack and Jill now.
Jack and Jill, Muckamucks.
Yeah, all right.
John's all the time, and not because they're my sponsor, but John's was down there. Mike's was down there too, man. I can't forget Mike's.
I mean the little biscuit Jack and Jill with the pink little iceman on it.
For God's sake, yes,
the
boy.
Gingerbread Jack and Jill.
And don't forget the Jammy Dodgers, the 2 cookies with the heart-shaped circle in the middle with the jelly.
Yeah, and Naughty, and I grew up in the Grove in the 70s. I born right where AID is now, right? Bending the hanger and just getting a bicycle rim with no tube and no tire, and that's our big wheel back then in the day. We used to run behind the wheel, the bicycle rim, but the hanger gets bent, and turning it this way and running behind it up and down the road. And a car used to pass like every hour. You got to play up in the road, slay down the road. Car used to pass but every hour. And
when I was young, we used to have football all day in the road. Car passed once every hour or two. Like you say, you could play a full 2 quarters before the next car pass.
Before the next car pass, man. I think.
But let me ask you, you're a veteran while I have you, and you're all things Bahamian muff. Is it parking or porky when it comes to that game we play with a tennis ball?
Well, when I used to go to SC, we used to call it parking.
Porking.
I know you all used to call it the St. Andrews.
It was we used to pronounce it porking at St. Andrews, but it was porking nonetheless.
Yeah. But then
it wasn't no porky.
We have our little Bahamian dialect, so we used to say porking. Yeah,
no, that's Grand Bahamians just trying to take over another bit of Bahamian and what they say goes. I know me and MJ can fight when I get home today if she doesn't, for sure.
I used to be so mad when gum in my screwball too, but I used to be hot, boy.
Screwball. See, these youngsters don't know about screwball, and then you got the multicolor gum at the bottom. You can get the purple, you can get the green, you can get the red, you get
But before that, I used to be dead mad when gum in my screwball.
If I tell you the record for me for screwball on a Saturday afternoon one time was almost like 18 or 19, boy.
Yeah, but I want you to keep this going. But again, on this one right here, Naughty.
Mm-hmm.
When the old man moved down in Bamboo Down in 73, the current wasn't on there. The house wasn't quite finished yet like that. You ever been to Dorset to get kerosene? Or Leo Carey to get kerosene? To come run your little kerosene lamp?
My grandpa, if I'm not mistaken, I went him a couple times in his green Cadillac to Mr. Leo, I believe. So I think that's Leo you're referring to.
Yeah, Leo Carey, Malcolm. He had it, and Dorset in the Grove had it. Yeah,
correct.
The thing was right. Yeah, right. You had to get kerosene to get your kerosene lamp because they were not current. Yeah. All right, let me let someone else get in. Yeah, we ain't talking no sports today.
We can talk sports
last night.
We can talk
tonight. I want you before the show, but let me know what pregame coming on tonight.
I can let you know. I got you covered. Naughty, what about Kangos? Yes, boy. What you mean? You ain't fresh to death. You ain't know nothing about it if you don't know about Kangos. But my point about Bay Street, there was stores down there. What happened to Bay Street now? What I would suggest, ahead of this $1.9 billion refinancing of Atlantis and improvements they're going to make there, the cruise port downtown, Bahama bustling, Bahamian property owners downtown should partner with Bahamian entrepreneurs and put products and viable businesses and attractions in those spaces. Let's bring Bay Street back to life, how we know it's supposed to be, not just for us, but for that tourist product. They like to saunter minorly out of the cruise port and nowhere else. They might want to walk up a little bit of Bay Street now. They got new stores open and new things going on, and we get some of that spend. And it just don't go to the cruise ship's private islands. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yeah, hey, Naughty. I had to call earlier and tell you, but the chocolate big time, right? Which they did have one.
Big time. Okay, yes, big time. Now I remember. Yes, you're right with that.
Not in the chocolate. What I was thinking about though. Payday.
Payday is another good one, my brother. Payday is another good one. You ain't lying.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And Almond Joy was another good one too, man. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Texter, I see what they call Bay Street Bombay, and that's a funny one too. That is, and you can see why. Okay, let me get back to these text lines. Naughty, what about Bada Shoe Store? Yes, I remember Bada Shoe Store. Naughty, what about old Scooby-Doo cartoons? Of course, Scooby-Doo, he's the man. Island Bookshop, yes. Lums. The Island Shop. And it was Porkin, correct. Yes, and there's another text who checked in and said, Naughty, what happened to Lums? And yes, by Lums was off the best roast beef sandwich ever. Lums. Best ever. Ever. No, hey, Naughty, Freeport did not get the woodcocking right for the game. Then they must not know anything about the game called kicking the can after dark as you hide in the neighbor's yard with your little girlfriend and run out one at a time to kick the can. They ain't know nothing but kick the can neither. They don't know nothing but kick the can or spin the bottle or red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 or Red Rover. Naughty, Bay Street is finished. I drive luxury. I'd be ashamed. Clothes Closet and Nassau Shop and Mademoiselle. Yes, indeed. And don't forget St. Michael's. What about the Tutti Frutti Cup? Naughty, what about the Tutti Frutti Cup with the ice cream? Yes, I remember the Tutti Frutti. Yes, Chaos Moses was everything downtown. Chaos Moses was a staple for sure. What happened to El Toro's? Yes, and the Chinese rice house that was down there. And remember Oriental Express, which was downstairs, which they came rock 'em up, which is now something else? Yes, boy. Nabisco chocolate chip cookies, y'all on a roll today, boy. Kelly's Hardware, Kelly's Bakery, Mar Lumber Company. Yes, man, we rolling. You remember all the places we had to go shop? What happened to us? What happened? Now, Naughty can't forget Park and Shop and John S. George. Yes, indeed. 2 staples. All right. Now I got to ask a question. We got to put this debate out. Naughty, don't forget the Japanese steakhouse in the International Bazaar. Yes. And Mars at Christmas time. Yes. All right. Let's get this debate. And I want to hear from Grand Bahama. I want to hear from all the family islands. This is we have to settle this today. It is porking. When you take a tennis ball, and there's 2 ways to play it. You throw the ball up in the air, it bounces. The person who catches the ball gets to light up whoever's closest to him. Pork them, throw the ball at them, bites them with the ball. Pork them with the ball. It ain't no porky. When I hear you say pocky, I think somebody who got bad skin who had like chicken pox or smallpox or scabies or bad mosquito bites. I think of that. I don't think of playing that game. 2 ways to play porking. Throw it up in the air, let the ball bounce, you catch it, you bite your opponent. Or you throw it at the wall. And when that ball bounces back, if you go to catch it and you drop it or you miss it, whoever grabbed that ball behind you lights you right up. Okay? So it is called porking. I don't know if it's a Freeport thing. Maybe y'all get porked so hard y'all couldn't talk straight after y'all get boiced with the tennis ball. But it's porking. It ain't porky, it's porking. And if you played enough porking, you know you peel down the tennis ball to get to the leather portion of that bad boy. So when you really pork somebody, you light them right up. Texter, when the tennis ball wet, it's called soaking? No. I see what you're trying to do there. Texter, go and sin no more. Naughty, what about Jumbay Village? Yes, I remember Jumbay Village too, man. Good day, NHIA has yet to pay its providers the outstanding funds for July, 60%. Yes, Naughty, wall parking was the best in high school. Loved it. And it's spelled parking, not parky. That's what I'm saying. People, I don't know what's going on. That's a Grand Bahamian thing, I swear. Hey, Naughty, the 17 shot was created down. Whee! No, I think the typo there, but that was another joke. But yeah, I thought that you were talking about drinking, but the 17 shop was definitely a staple downtown as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was another one. That was a favorite of my mummy and my aunties. And then there was Victor's, and it was outrageous. There was a ton of them. Mm-hmm. Now, we got to talk about, look, all I'm getting is parking. I'm getting no parky here. I don't know what's going on with parking. How it got to parky. It's parking. Now, callers, I see I get to you in a second. Let me get this point in, because we got some special guests coming in. We got a, paid interview coming up. They got a special promotion going on, so I definitely got to get them on in short order. And once I complete that, we'll get right back into sports. Well, what about bat and ball, Naughty? Yeah, well, that's bat and ball. If you're from Brown, Bahama, you might call it bat and ball. You might call it rounders. But yeah, we used to play a lot of that. Bat and ball for sure. In America, they call it stickball. One time from my friends at the embassy. Tennis ball and 2x4. Yes, indeed. That's bat and ball. And then if you was a little braver, you could take your mop stick. Or a broom handle. Or a different piece of wood. But yeah, that 2x4. Yes, indeed. And if you catch it proper with that 2x4, that ball was going to go a mile, Texter. You catch it right in the middle, in the sweet spot, it was going to go a mile. But I digress. We're going to take this quick break right now. On the flip side of the break, we got our friends from Everybody Wins in studio. They got a great promotion going on, so we'll be talking to the rep from Everybody Wins. And then we'll be getting back into our conversation, and we'll get into sports as well, too. 5:20 p.m. is the time. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back at you on the Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
Make them feel like dancing, ain't no summer set. Burrito will be greater with the disco operator. 5-double-18 and a 6-tweeter. This a DJ talk sweeter. Still on the just up with the echo chamber. Watch your man.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
He is the king of crunch, the master of flavor, and he's going to set your taste buds on fire with the new King Crunch sandwiches at Burger King Nassau. Crispy fried onions, pepper jack cheese, and bold chipotle sauce. Plus, fixins cover a crispy chicken patty or 2 flame grilled beef patties on BK's new King Crunch sandwiches that are bigger, better, and bolder than anything around. And they're only available at Burger King Nassau. Try one today.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Excuse me for the interruption. Boy, come under the great reminder to say, this coming Friday, and please come over the lawn. You went to see man #1 sound round town. And this a Friday evening. Bim! The people them tired of working. Lord, them hear the disco playing. Bim! It make them feel like dancing. Ain't no summer set. Burrito will be greater with the disco operator. 588.
We're back at you on the Friday, August 15th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Pearlie will be chiming in short order. Real quick, just getting away from our topic, you know. We're still going back old school and we'll still talk sports, but got a very big promotion going on with Everybody Wins. And, of course, it's their huge slot tournament. I have Miss Roll here from Everybody Wins. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good day. I'm okay. And yourself?
I'm good. Let us know exactly about what's going on with your slot tournament.
Okay.
I hear it's a big one, the whole month of August.
Yeah, it's a huge one. And actually, it's our first tournament where we actually is doing it for a full month long. So we started August 1st and we're going to finish up August 31st. And guess what? If you haven't joined us yet, I encourage you to join now because we got some big things going on in this tournament. And not only do you have a shot at winning once, but you got a shot at winning twice. You have a shot of winning 3 times. And let me explain to you how that works, right? Is that okay with you, Naughty? Okay. So this is how it works and how you can win 3 times within our slot tournament. So we are going to award the top 100 players. That's number 1. So the top 100 players, you're going to get awarded cash prize. And I just want to make it clear that we're not doing any funny bucks or any any bucks that you cannot take off. This is real money we're bringing over to you. So you're going to be winning real money. So that's the top 100. The top 50 not only wins money, but they also win a shot at winning the 2026 Tesla Model Y. That is a car that just dropped this March. And baby, the things we did with that car, it even is more than what you can expect. So it's a great vehicle to definitely want to get your stake in. And so that's the second way. The third way is that you can win in the game. So if you are accustomed to playing in the slots and what's not, and of course, you know you win actual cash in the game, that's your third way of winning. So there's 3 ways in this tournament that you get to win.
And it's going on till the end of August, correct?
The end of August.
And how do patrons sign up if they haven't signed up already?
So I can tell you this: Naughty is not a sign up. It's just play. You can play at least. You could play for as little as 20 cents. You could go to any of us. So it's based on the Bragg suite of games. So all you do is sign in. If you don't have an account with us, simple. You just log into www.everybodywinslive.com and you sign up, and you're in. You would verify yourself right there and then, and you're all set. If you need to contact our customer service, you can, or you could just come into customer service, which is located at our Wolf Road location. So I just want to give you all that information just in case we may have listeners who don't have an account, and of course they would want to have an account because of course this promotion is an online promotion, so you would need to have an account. So just let me say this one more time: if you don't have an account, you can definitely go to the website www.everybodywinslive.com and you would be able to sign up there. If you have any issues, you could call our customer service at 376-7119. That's 376-7119. Or you could come into our Wolf Road location and they could sign you up. So now that you're signed up or you do have an account, you would go to the Bragg suite of games, which we have over 25 plus games that you could play in. Very interactive, intuitive games. And you can play any game. Any game, you could play 1, 2, 3, how much ever games you want to play. Because, you know, sometimes you get bored and playing one game and you want to hop over to another game. So you can definitely do that. But once you're playing those games, you're automatically in the tournament.
Sounds like all you got to do is sign up and play. I mean, there are 3 great ways to win, options to win, and obviously you have great prizes as well. The Tesla up for grabs, cash up for grabs. Mm-hmm. And you said there's over 25 games that they can play on, correct?
Over 25 games. So we want to try to keep it interactive. We want to make sure that you have a plethora of games to play. And that's why I say it's not stuck to one game, but it's stuck to a suite of games. And that's over 25 plus games.
And it's going on from now until the end of August,
Now
correct?
until the end of August. So you have a chance to jump in. And like I said, top 100. Top
100. Then the top 50, you get cash, you got a chance. I see why they call y'all Everybody Wins, because all y'all doing is giving away stuff.
Exactly, and we like to keep things simple. We don't like to complicate it because we know as a customer, listen, you just want to find your best way to win your money, right? So we want to keep it simple, and we want to make sure that you are winning here with us.
So spin to win with, Everybody Wins between now and August 31st with their huge slot tournament and that Tesla up for grabs. Appreciate you stopping by. We got to get to the break. But get out to Everybody Wins. The huge slot tournament going on now until August 31st. Go and win with Everybody Wins.
Them alive. Play this comic, they want to jump and play. But when we play LP, say them really love me. They want to jump and scream. But this a dance and a free. And it's a Friday evening. Bim, the people them side of working.
I was gonna go to the break, but no, hold on now. You're really running right out now. You're running right out. Naughty, I am a proud Grand Bahamian, and let me tell you, apart from marrying MJ, everything else about Freeport that you talk is wrong. I will give you credit on MJ, but it is Pocky, not Porkin. It is Gully Wash, not Sky Juice. And yes, we put mayonnaise in Kong salad. That don't make it right though, Grand Bahama. And it's Porkin. And see, this be all Grand Bahamians get a little biggity. And it's all predicated on you all winning so many Hugh Campbells. But the word is porkin. You even in today's talking, but you want me pork you, baby? You want me porky you? Mr. Producer, when you grew up, was it porkin or porky? Porkin, correct? P-O-R-K-I-N-G, porkin. And he porky. And what, if you might ask, let me just ask, so I know you brought up, see, what grade school you went to? Well, you all played plenty porking on Wolf Road and Marshall Road at Bahamas Academy the way you all broke up that gym. Okay? So don't tell me or Mr. Producer, it's not porky, it is porking. There's some things I will not let go. And listen, porking is one of them. Naughty could, yeah, socking is also known as porking too, but it ain't porky. It's socking or porking. I'll accept socking over porking any day of the week. Naughty, we grew up speaking gibberish or pig Latin to each other in Farrington Road. Uye, XP, Atenle, S-A-I-U-D. Yeah, man, how you mean? Naughty, what about playing inches when you threw quarters against the wall? I played that in college. And then we had dollar bills and stuff close to the wall too, so it wasn't just for the right. But yeah, that was a good game too. Hey, Naughty, you on top of things, man. Great show. Don't forget Dirty Dicks and Millie's. Yes, Dirty Dicks and Millie's was staple on Bay Street for sure. As well as the original Burger King. Stop and Shop, amen. Pino's, Swanks, Lums, yes, man. Palm Tree had the best hamburgers on Market Street, yes, boy. Now you're talking. Howard Johnson's Ice Cream Parlor, what used to be out there at the Nassau Beach Hotel. Correct, right, and right close to where his breeze is now. Yes, but my grandpa used to take me there all the time. Howard Johnson was off the chin. Yep, I remember no shops being open on Sunday. Texter, that is true too. No shops open on Sunday. Naughty, don't forget KS Moses, Esquire Men's Shop, and Swanks Pizza. Man, we covered all of them earlier, and definitely Swanks for sure. It's between Swanks and Pino's for best all time as far as pizza goes. Yes, but the Chinese restaurant by Harbor Moon back in the day when, yeah, man, how you mean? That was another part of it. Naughty, I have to say that it is porking. And anybody else saying porky or socking is wrong. Remember our esteemed Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Fred Mitchell, said he was going to pork Mr. Pintard in his head. So I guess if Fred says porking, he should know, right? All right, if it's porking, or socky, right? Okay. Well, listen here. Father Allen's Chicken Shack and Keith's Chicken Shack. Yes, indeed. And the earlier in the morning, the better it is to sop up the alcohol. Tell you two stories, man. My good friend, late good friend, great friend, mentor, Mr. Brian Arner, his dad, Keith Arner, was famous for Keith's Chicken. That was off the chain, man. Keith's is a staple. You can't run from that. Okay? And also, that was like a precursor. That was some of the best chicken ever, man. That was some of the best chicken ever. And later on in life, too, Brian used to sneak some of that little recipe, Lord bless it, that into the fried chicken at the Zoo Cafe. Naughty Howard Johnson strawberry shortcake was awesome. And don't forget the Oriental Express. Yes, but the best Kingdom ribs ever was that Oriental Express downtown, but it was all good. It was all good. And they had some other, listen here, and if you're talking late night chicken shacks, you can't forget Dirty's. And then you can't forget the one that's right above the government ground. It's broken down now. But it was there. I think it was called Royal Castle or one of them. You see? There you go. Naughty, you can't forget Freeport. You can't forget Ruby Smith Pub on the Mall and Captain Kenny's. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There's some real legendary Grand Bahama spots. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Naughty, you right, man. It's porking. Now, Naughty, like you say, when you heist the ball and you catch the ball and a man right up on you, what used to happen? What used to happen? He had to bend over, put his hand across his buttocks and keep running, and the man with the tennis ball is run behind him, and I see so much fellas getting hit bullseye, getting hit sock.
I don't know what kind of rules you all had, but you got to grab your buttocks and break off running. But you break off running because you could get hit wherever. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah, you could get hit, but you used to bend over and trying to get away from your man, so you have your hand forward in the back, and the man with the ball running behind you, trying to push you in your head, your back anywhere.
I remember one time when we was playing, they skinned the tennis balls down, so we was playing with the leather tennis ball. No skin, no pelt on it.
Oh, that one used to hurt.
Man, listen here, this is one of my best parking memories ever. The ball bounced over everybody here because we was playing off the wall. Somebody jumped up to try to get it, went off his fingertips and dropped right in my hand. And Muff, I swear to God, this boy take off, break and run it. And when I tell you, if I tried it again in my life, I'll never do it. I could see it right in front of my head right now. Thomas Glucksman running to the wall. And when I throw that ball, Muff, I watch that ball go straight from my hand, straight toward this boy's head, straight toward this boy's head. And when it hit him in the back of his head, poof, you see the blood pop up. I say, oh, Jesus, I in trouble now.
Yeah. You got an extra thread on that. Hey,
but that is my greatest parking memory of all time. Sorry not to be at my homeboy's expense, but you'll never see a throw like that again.
Yeah, man. On the open field, everybody running around. Whoever get the ball the closest, man, park him. And then whoever get the ball, park the next man.
Light them up. There was no friends and ain't no safety in that.
No, you're right. And that one what you talk about on Blue Hill up there by opposite the government clinic.
Royal Castle.
Yeah. When you're coming from the Ritz late in the night, all drunk up and things.
There you go.
Yeah, you had to go there to get them big burgers.
You ain't lying. You talking facts. There you go. Naughty, did you mention the Palm Tree? Yes, I mentioned the Palm Tree. They had some of the best burgers ever. Naughty A. Wong and Sons Grocery, Liz Carpet, Dirty's, Royal Castle, Frank's Pizza. Yeah, man. Yeah. All of them. Staples. Chicken Unlimited, too. Don't forget that. Naughty, my uncle said Taco Bell was in Oaksfield. Is that true? If that's true, Taco Bell had to have to be in the bed. No, listen. Taco Bell was in Oaksfield and it was also downtown on Bay Street. I don't know why Taco Bell didn't stick. I didn't know if maybe we didn't have as many smokers back then as we do now that support, Taco Bell globally. But it didn't hit when they brought it. It really didn't hit, and I don't know why. Because the first thing Bahamians love to do when they hit foreign is go run for the border, and I want Taco Bell. Me and my youngest will fight to get to Taco Bell as soon as we touch down in Florida. We start getting that Taco Bell shake. We got to get to Taco Bell before we do anything else. But they had it here and couldn't maintain it, couldn't control it. Couldn't be consistent with it. Josie's Chicken and Pizza on the corner of Market Street and Wolf Road. That is old school, boy, for real. I got it in the Grove. What you mean? I got it in the Grove was off the chain, boy. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, let me take you back before your time, right? Because when you talk the soda, you had to get the Coca-Cola 6 bottle covers of Coca-Cola and Fanta flavors And then we go to morning show to all in the summer. So all the morning shows just in the 70s. Every morning, every show, Wolford, Savoy, Shirley Street, Capitol on right opposite the government ground where Purity Bakery is. And guess what? After that, you walk over town and the original Burger King on the corner of Charlotte Street and Bay Street. You go in there and you're so small, you butter them and they put the little change together and you're buying them Whopper and they got to cut them in half because you can't handle them things. You know,
yeah, that's a little bit before my time, brother. That's a little bit before my time. But thank you. I appreciate it still.
Me and Ben that boy, we know but that.
That's why you was a senior in the talking class and I'm just a sophomore.
And I need that number later because I have talked to you with something.
All right. As a matter of fact, what I could do is I can let Mr. Producer put you on hold. He's going to get your number and I'll give you a buzz when I get off.
Yeah, all right.
All right? Naughty Three Queens on Rolf Road. What you mean? Sunday morning after reggae night at the zoo, the zoo crew was in there, right? What you mean, South? How you mean? Naughty, remember Rolo Polo? Best rotisserie chicken by the bridge. Yeah, they had some good chicken there back in the day. And we had Kenny Rogers for a hot minute, too. Hole in the wall on Bay Street. That's a good one right there, boy. Good one right there. Hole in the wall on Bay Street. That's another one. Y'all really going down memory lane today. But listen, before I digress. Naughty, do you remember the Bridge Inn? Yes, I do. I remember the Bridge Inn, the Pink Pearl, and Carapelago, all of them. They were all great spots, and they were all in that one location up there, too. Near the Pilot House. Wolf Road Theater and Sunshine Twin. Yes, boy. Shirley Street Theaters, Carmichael and Prince Charles Right. We had all of them back in the day. And yes, here's somebody who brought it right back. You can't forget Bay Street. And you can't mention Bay Street if you don't mention Scans Cafeteria. Manoli and Tony and the crew. Yeah, man. And the next younger brother. Yeah, boy. Manoli always posts up in the mirror in the middle of Scans, just looking at her over Bay Street. With the Greek look. Come and eat my food. You'll love it. Yeah, the living room was down there as well, too. The living room was there for a hot minute. There was another club before that, too. Yeah, and then you had the Deep End, too. That was another one. Cocktails and Dreams. You had clubs all over. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Oh, gracious, you know, how you doing?
Appreciate it, man. What's going on?
Oh, you're going down memory lane, being nostalgic.
Gotta have some fun sometimes, man.
Remember Chicken Unlimited?
Chicken Unlimited, how you mean? Opposite AF Adderley, boy?
Hey, I can carry down memory lane even deeper. You ready for this one?
Huh?
I can carry you down memory lane this deeper.
Yeah.
I know you remember this one. Remember the random room search your mother used to do when you leave the house?
Yeah, how you mean? They used to do all the random search and everything.
She breaks down the door. Are you think you been there?
How about when you get home late? And she smelled a little cocktail on you, boy. My mommy hid behind the door one time with my auntie K, and they tag teamed me like the Road Warriors.
Boy, the good old days.
Good days, good stuff, Carl. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend, eh? Listen, but no, I wanted to mention something. And then I was reading these texts. But now to be telling stories, and you know, here comes another MJ story. We talked about the yellow and the red candy. All right, let's talk about the living room. That's when me and MJ met. And let me tell you, that's when I say divine. And you talk about three queens. Let me tell you how this thing lines up. I came out of the zoo on a Sunday morning, about 4 something. Reggae night was over. We secured the club. The usual routine, everybody going to Three Queens for South. I heading toward my Jeep. Big Show and Fano go say, Naughty, you coming with us to Three Queens? And I quote, I said, no, I'm going home to pray for my soulmate. I am tired of these dead-end heifers I keep meeting around the place. I could pray to the God for my soulmate. 2 weeks later, my boy DJ Kid big time DJ at Breezes. He was playing some gigs around. He tell me, hey, Naughty, run me by the living room. I got to pick up a check. Well, back in the day, I wasn't no fan of the living room. I would go everywhere. I think I might have been once. If not, I don't think I'd ever been there before. And I said, all right, brother, I can take you, but don't hang up long, babe, because we need to go check the zoo. We need to check Waterloo. We need to check a couple other places. Yeah. No, man, naughty. Just 2 minutes. Me dash in and dash out and grab the check just so I'm straight. This me, DJ Kid. So I say, all right, man, cool. So I go in and I post up on the wall, old school style. You know when you find a spot on the wall, you put one leg down, you kick one leg up on the wall, and you just leaning and looking cool. Well, when I bounced down inside, I found my spot. I holding up the wall. I saw some co-workers from Joker's Wild in there. They hailed me, and I was like, hey, Lord, what's up? What's going on? And I turned. And when I turned, sitting in VIP, black high heels, black mini, purple top with the spaghetti straps, face just perfect, hair just perfect, looking like an angel. MJ sitting in VIP. And I crap you not. Everything went silent, and Rolls Royce, I Want to Get Next to You, started playing in my head. Just like in Friday, when Craig saw what a name running down the street, Neil Long, and had that moment. But I had my Friday moment. And it might have been on a Friday. It was on a Friday. And that was just playing in my head. And I spun around and I looked at her and I was like, my God, that is my soulmate. God has sent her from heaven. So my boy comes back and like, hey, Naughty, let's go, man. I got the things, I got the check. Let's move. I was like, no, brother. You got to hold on. Here, go buy a drink. Here, go. And I gave him money. I said, go buy some drinks. Because I had to talk to MJ that night. And I saw her get up to leave. And yeah, there was some other, dudes floating around, as you expect. But, I'd rather be the one than one of the many. So I waited. And when she started to leave, I thought she was leaving. She's going to the restroom. Man, look here. I flew up them stairs. I said, you can't leave without me finding out your name. Hi, how are you? And I did two things that I never do. Give my real government name, but my mom and my pa named me. And for some strange reason, I said, well, let me just extend my hand and shake her hand, because I never did a handshake thing. When I touch MJ hand, I could feel all the butterflies. All. My knees get weak. And meantime, this playing in my head in the background, while I looking at her, talking to her, this right here playing in my head. Oh, yeah. So with this playing in my head, I had to go in. And we made the introduction. And I asked for the number. And what I loved so much about MJ when I first met her, she gave me the work number. She didn't even give me the cell number. She gave me the work number. Well, when her job, and she got her job 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, guess who had left her messages and called? This guy. And at the end of the day, I said, can I bring you lunch? She said, yes. I sold Chef Yvonne at Zoo Cafe. I need one of your best curry grouper ever in the history of curry grouper. I took her lunch, and from that day to this, we have been together. And there is no woman, past, present, or future, that could ever compare to my MJ. Even though she's called Porky. This was playing in my head. So you want to talk about living room, Texter? Special place for me is the living room. That's why I met my wife. How about that? Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
Well, Daddy, remember when KFC was $2.99? You get 2 pieces of chicken, a bread, and a drink.
Just some. What happened? What happened when they had the thrift box with the 9 pieces?
Oh man, I think that's how you met MJ. Of the same 9 pieces.
No, I didn't tell you I met her in the living room. Now we did have some KFC later on, but that wasn't not yet.
All right, bro.
Good stuff, bro. Naughty, what about the Savoy Theater? A little bit before my time, but my mommy and them used to know all about that. Ironmongery, yes, boy. Ironmongery. I remember that. All right, Naughty. Next week we need MJ's side of the story. Always one. She'll tell you the same damn thing, Texter. Naughty, we need to hear more positive love stories like yours and MJ's. Thanks so much. And I'll let her tell you the story next week when she come on, okay? I promise to make that happen for you, Texter. But yeah, this has been a fun show today, folks. I really didn't think it was going to take off the way it did. I just wanted to mention a few things just because it came up. Talking with my sons and my nephews and just saying how cheated this generation is. Yes, Frank's Place was another one too. Naughty, you are all about, but I'm smiling. This has been a great show. Gone are those good days that we grew up on. And I think we need to get it back. Our kids need to experience some of the things that we experienced. You know, we talking about, you have Muff calling it, or when you leave in the Ritz and your dad busts up and you got to stop there and get your chicken. And yeah, you could have do that. You had minor incidents. You can't do that foolishness now. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but that's the truth. Point I wanted to make today. I need your support. I want to put out a petition to say that we get a mural on Go Slow Band. Get Al Pacino Wallace, one of our premier artists in the country, and does great jobs on murals. Let him do a unique, authentic Bahamian mural out there. We find money for consultants and everything else. Let's find some money to get Al Pacino out there and put a proper mural up there. At least beautify it a little bit. Because right now the wall is 3 different heights. It ain't even. It takes away a beautiful view that people used to look at every day riding down there on Go Slow Band to now. To now what we got? A block, just a white wall. No, man. Put a mural up there or something, man. But you all ain't letting this go. How about the drive-in theater on Prince Charles? We talked about that. And on Carmichael. Yeah, man. How you mean? I think the one on Carmichael later became BFM, Bahamas Faith Ministries. The drop-off in the Billabong Club, they were, yes, boy. Naughty, what about the Harlem Globetrotters? Yes, but we used to watch Harlem Globetrotters growing up, and that cartoon was pretty funny, too. Naughty, there was a chain list a few years ago going around with all the business places on it. As it came to you, you would add a place on it that was not there and pass it on. That list needs to come back around so these young people can get some history. I agree. I mean, when you look at the straw market now, too, I mean, I know when there was authentic straw and thatch palm and it being manufactured. And women would put your name on the bag with the needle and the thread. Yep. Sesame Street was another good show. Yeah, man, we had a lot of good stuff coming on. Naughty, do you remember Le Pont, Pastiche, and Cinnamons? Catch yourself. Were you insulting me by asking me that question, Dexter? Le Pont, Pastiche, and Cinnamon? Listen to me. The funny thing about Pastiche later became Joker's Wild. When they did the renovation, they moved Joker's from the trade winds and they put it in the casino where Pastiche was. And then they moved the casino further on down. Yeah. Naughty, you talking Mez and you talking Bay Street and you talking memories and you talking Bay Street? Well, obviously you got to remember the Midnight Mayor, the late, great Richard Bethel. Yes, indeed. And how ironic. I just mentioned Jokers and I read this text right there. The Big Cup controlled Bay Street. All of them watering holes was his. Texter, you way late, and I appreciate you chiming in. What about Aqua Pure Soda? We already talked about that. But we talked about a lot today. A lot. And I'm glad I got to share with y'all. And I appreciate y'all. You know, I'm glad y'all think MJ and I have such a cute love story. We do. And that's just how it went. That is just how it went. All right, let me get these last texts in. Caller, I see. I'll get to you in a sec. Naughty, what about Columbus Theater, which was across the street from Pizza Hut in Freeport, Stone Crab in Freeport? I think they recently reopened. Me and MJ got to go to Freeport, man. I'm going to go check out the Stone Crab. Got me a Stone Crab there. MJ, we got to go to Stone Crab. Okay. Now, let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, could you remind the people, at one point in time, right, the H was not the most popular car? The Nissan Sunny was the gangster mobile back in the day?
The Nissan Sunny? I had a Nissan Sunny, but what you talking about?
Yeah, that was a popular car back in the day. That was more popular than the H.
And I could be honest with you, that Sunny used to get teeth left, right, and center. And there's one individual from our age group, you can call his name, but boy, if he was on the scene in the club that night and you had a Sunny, you better go move your car.
Sorry, bro.
All right, brother, good stuff. Naughty, what about the Honda Prelude? Yes, but the Prelude was another one people used to freak themselves out for. Naughty, this was a fun show. You need to do it again, and next time, make sure MJ's there so she can share her memories. Let's go back to the phone lines.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Naughty, it's the Box Central, not just the Sunny. It's the Box Central. Ain't no...
No. You know why? You know why? Because I could check and re-raise you right now. Everybody had the Box Centras, right? I used to watch all of them with the Box Centras. And I say, you know what I could do? I could freak them out. I could take the Sentra, the Nissan Sunny or Sentra version, hatchback, and I could drop that on the floors. We're from 5 stars. And I put that on the floor. I tinted that out black, had the boom in the trunk, the funk in the trunk. My Sunny would go anywhere, but people used to freak right out over that.
You remember the car wash would used to be in Big Pond, Naughty, with Rasta used to run?
Yes, boy.
Okay, then, man, come on. Davis Cartronics.
That was, man, what you talking about, Davis Cartronics? And you used to go get your speakers there, man, get your box built there.
Last one. Walty gas station, I gone.
Oh, you mean I passed Walty all the time? I was a staple, Lord bless him, lad. That was right there, man, on West Street. What you talking about? Boy, there's memories today, boy. Memories. Now, hold on. The Central was popular. What about the Avalons? And what about the Toyota Crowns? Remember back in the day, boy, if you wanted to hide from being a dope boy, you got a Toyota Crown. Well, I can get no Corvette, I can get a Toyota Crown. Wow. People, this has been fun today, man. This has really, really been fun. I didn't think it was going to take off the way it did. Okay? But I'll be honest with you, it was fun. And we'll do it again. All right? Cressidas and Laurels, yes, indeed. The Boss. The GT 5.0 and the 4.0 and the LXs. That was definitely the man, how you mean? No, it ain't. Jamal is my boy, but I need Al Pacino to do that mural. That's who I need him to do. Cressidas and Laurels. Yes, indeed. But this was a great show. I'm glad you all chimed in. And yes, all of you texters who said next time do it with MJ, I will make sure MJ is here for the show, okay? And the Boss, that was the original dope boy car, the Boss, the GT 5.0. And some of them doors used to peel off and that backside used to be dragging all over the road. Man, oh man. Supers and Storians as well. Boy, you all memory lane. And don't forget the Broncos, the Ford Broncos too. Stop it. And we got to throw Pearly in there too. We'll definitely make sure Pearly is on there too. How can we do an old school next time and don't have Pearly? He is all things old school. We want you to have a great weekend, man. 5:57 p.m. is the time. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, having fun with me on this Friday. All right, and hopefully it'll get you into the weekend with some good memories and some good vibes. And if you get to find some of the old school things we talked about today over the weekend, get them and enjoy them. And me, I'm getting off right now, and I'm going to grab MJ, And I'm going to pretend it's like when we first met. Who knows? We might find some curry group or something there tonight. MJ, I know you're listening. I love you. I'll see you soon. And I'll see you next week right here on Talking Heads.
I miss it play, don't play. They might tear off the game.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning